So hello friends, and welcome to today's edition of Thankful Thursday. So for today we're going to be talking about yoga for abdominal kind of bloating, like that day after Thanksgiving or after the holiday when you have too much going on down here. So that being said, we're practicing today kind of an active kind of flow, because when we want to increase our digestion to get rid of the bloat, we want to get fire going, so get the fire in the back place. So that's more of an active practice. That being said, this is not a kind of practice that you want to do right after you eat your Thanksgiving meal kind of thing. So that's definitely a different practice. This would be the morning after you wake up, you're kind of all kind of thing. So you might want to have a couple blocks around. If you want any blankets, any other props, that sort of deal. My favorite oil for any kind of digestive issues is doTERRA's Digestan. I actually, you can always put it in water. Of course, if you're using water, you want to use a glass or a metal, never plastic. I am so used to it, I just take a drop or two on my tongue. It has a licorice kind of flavor. So it's a blend of different oils. You could always use, ginger or fennel, but this has a lot of different, and it's just very, I've given it to people that aren't really oil believers, and they're like, oh my gosh, I've got to get some. So it's good stuff. So to begin, we're going to get started in a seated position. And so the hand position that we'll be coming to is going to be Apana Mudra. And that is a gesture of a downward current, because elimination is going down. So if we want to get rid of that, so you're going to be bringing your middle and ring fingers to touch the thumbs on both. So your pinky and your index fingers are going to be extended out, okay? And then you can just rest the hands on the backs of the thighs, legs, wherever they go. And you'll lengthen up into that nice yogic seat, and you can soften the gaze or close the eyes completely. And just begin that three-part breath. We call it Dirga in yoga. You're going to inhale, fill your belly, the ribs expand, the breath comes all the way up to the collarbones. On the exhale, the direction reverses, the navel muscles come slightly up and in. If you like to add the ocean sound, the ujjayi breathing, you can strict the back of the throat, the epiglottis, kind of like you're fogging a mirror. Sounds like the ocean or Darth Vader. And that's a heated breath, so that's getting the fire going, whatever works best for you, but taking those breaths. Knowing that holding this hand position alone is going to help to open and balance the first and second chakras. And those are going to be your centers of self-nourishment and safety, of course. This is going to allow the breath to flow to the base of the spine, into the pelvis. Again, it's that downward kind of motion. Elimination goes that way. It aids in supporting the health of elimination, reproductive systems, and it lowers our blood pressure as well. And assists us in grounding into the here and now, and also letting go of any attachments besides eliminating physical waste. If you like, you can repeat the following mantra silently to yourself, sensing into the universe's downward current of energy. I release anything that no longer serves me. Sensing into the universe's downward current of energy. I release anything that no longer serves me. And Pema Chodron said, the essence of life is that it's challenging. Sometimes it is sweet and sometimes it is bitter. Sometimes your body tenses and sometimes it relaxes or opens. Sometimes you have a headache and sometimes you feel 100% healthy. From an awakened perspective, trying to tie up all the loose ends and finally get it together is death, because it involves rejecting a lot of your basic experience. There is something aggressive about that approach to life, trying to flatten out all the rough spots and imperfections into a nice, smooth ride. And isn't it interesting, I wonder if you already know, that you are whole, perfect, and complete just as you are. And you know we all struggle from time to time with feelings of inadequacy, feelings of fear, not feeling good enough, yet that is all an illusion. In the highest sense of everything, we are all just doing our own personal best, and that is more than good enough. What would it be like to embrace your whole self, all of your assets, and even all of your character defects, your whole being? You know, we really do need both. Without the dark, how would we ever see the light? You might even begin to notice that your personal shadow side makes you all the more unique, all the more interesting. So I'd like to invite you to pause and breathe into your entire breathing. Just imagine saying something kind, something encouraging to yourself silently now, whatever it might be, something that your soul is perhaps crying out to hear today. Something maybe tender, as if though you were talking to your best friend, a child, or even a sweet little animal. That's right. Good, good, good. Very nice. And then coming back to the room, you can shake out your hands a little bit. So we'll be doing a couple more breath or pranayama practices today. So we'll be doing anuloma viloma, which is basically alternate nostril breathing with a hold, a breath retention. So obviously if you have any kind of sinus issues going on today, if you had any recent kind of surgeries, you know, with the nose kind of thing, then maybe you want to skip this one and just do that deep breathing. If you're going to practice along, you're going to lower, so you have your peace fingers up and then you lower them, lift the other. So this is your Vishnu mudra. You'll be taking your right thumb to the outside of your right nostril, and we'll do this about 8 times. Sometimes I lose track of the counts when I'm actually breathing, but you get the point. So you're going to block your right nostril, inhale up your left, and then block both nostrils, holding. Then release that right nostril and exhale down the right. And then inhale right, block both and hold. And then exhale down the left. So you can go as slow or as fast as you need to. The longer that you are holding the breath, the more experienced you'll be. You know, so you don't want to just hold for too long. You want it to be comfortable. So inhaling left and then blocking and holding. And then exhaling right. So maybe starting with about a 4 count. So you'll inhale 4 on the right nostril, block both and hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale left. 2, 3, 4. Inhale left, block both, hold. 2, 3, 4. Release right, exhale right. 2, 3, 4. And then inhale right. 2, 3, 4. Block both, hold. 2, 3, 4. Release the left, exhale left. 2, 3, 4. Inhale left. 2, 3, 4. Block both and hold. 2, 3, 4. Release right, exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4. Block both, hold. 2, 3, 4. Release left, exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale left. 2, 3, 4. Block both and hold. 2, 3, 4. Release right, exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4. Block and hold. 2, 3, 4. And then finally exhale left. 2, 3, 4. And then go ahead and release, just pausing here. Taking a few breaths, just noticing what you notice, sensing into any shifts, any changes. So when we're doing this alternate nostril breathing, we're activating both hemispheres of the brain. One hemisphere, the left hemisphere, activates the right side of the body and vice versa. So we're really getting the flow of energy moving again, balancing everything out. And then coming back to the room. So the next one we'll do is Kapalabhati. So again, Kapalabhati is contraindicated if you have any heart problems, if you have uncontrolled high blood pressure, if you have anything serious going on, an abdominal kind of surgery, any kind of epilepsy, definitely not for pregnancy. Some folks advise against it even if you have your menstrual flow. It's also not to be done on a full stomach. It can be a very activating, which is what we want, kind of breath. But so you don't want to be doing this like in the evening, late at night. And we'll be doing it a lot slower. You can be firing it off like this, but we'll be doing it slower today because this is a public class. So basically it's a passive inhale and a forceful exhale, and nothing moves but the solar plexus. So it's very fast would look like, but slower is going to do the job without overstimulating you. So if you're not experienced with Kapalabhati, otherwise known as skull shining breath, then just doing the nice slow ones is a safer practice for you. So again, we'll do about 10 a couple times. So and then pausing and seeing how that resonates with you, if you notice any shifts. So it's very stimulating in that solar plexus area. It's getting a lot of blood and movement going there. We can repeat it one more time. So we're doing about one breath every second or so here, not the really fast fires. So again, deep breath in, just releasing that, noticing any shifts at all. So sometimes I just like to kind of circle around a little bit afterwards, maybe press one shoulder, then the other. So we'll be doing one more breath work. This requires us coming to a certain position. So it's called Agni Sara, and it's going to activate some of the bandhas or locks in the body. We have 3 of them. We're going to be activating the pelvic floor lock, which is Muladhara, or Mula Bandha, I'm sorry, and the stomach. Okay. So to do this, you want to come like so, and I'll show you just a little bit of my belly. It's a little bit, lots of food lately. So you're going to kind of just get into this kind of squatty kind of position. So this is not the actual movement, just kind of almost do a couple cat-cows here to warm up the spine a little bit. Again, this is, not to be practiced if you have any uncontrolled blood pressure or any heart condition, definitely not for pregnancy. Again, hiatial hernias, any kind of recent abdominal surgery, you don't want to be doing this. So what it's basically going to be is we're going to be doing our ujjayi, or the deep 3-part breath, with the ocean sound. But on the exhale, we're going to drop the pelvic floor and then into the abdominal lock. So we can take a few regular breaths first. And now exhale all the air out, lifting up pelvic floor. And again. And then just release into a ragdoll. So that's the Agni Sara. If you're doing Agni Nali, it's where the belly kind of dances and circles around. So just that ragdoll here for a moment now, releasing all of that. I'm going to have 2 blocks at the front of my mat here. I'm going to come to the front of my mat with my cheat sheet for you guys. Alright, and I'm going to round my way up, nice and slow, kind of roll my shoulders back, maybe move my hips around, release all of that out. And I'm going to come to a mountain pose, or a regular standing pose. So I'll do a yogic flow here. Of course, if you don't want to do the flow, just hold downward facing dog. Your feet can be together or hip distance, depending on the style you practice. We'll inhale up, Gaze goes up. Exhale, swan dive and fold. Inhale, one flat back. Exhale down, repeat that. Inhale, one flat back. Exhale down, step back to plank. Press into your downward facing dog. Plank to dog gives you the correct positioning for that. You can walk out the dog here. Butt is the peak of the triangle. Head is relaxed. So you can always hold dog or come back to that plank. You can lower your knees, chin, chest, or do your full chaturanga. Coming into cobra or your up dog here. And then going back into that downward facing dog. So usually we start with the right foot. I'm going to start with the left just because that's where my blocks are today. So I'm going to inhale my left leg up. Bring my knee in. And I'm going to pivot open to a warrior two. Okay? So our warrior two, heel is in alignment with the instep of the back foot. We want the front knee to be around over the ankles. Arms are straight out, gaze is over middle finger. Holding and breathing, you can use your ocean sound, your ujjayi breath. And then coming to a side angle, stretching the abdominals. Come back, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. And then reverse it, stretching opposite side. We'll bring it back up and we'll flow that back and forth. You can do 4 to 8 times. We'll do 8 today. Exhale, inhale. And then return to your warrior two. Stretch your front leg, turn your palms to the front of the room. Inhale, reach out. You can always use a block as you exhale for your hand into your triangle Trikonasana. You can just rest the hand on the floor, put it on a block. Ashtangis will reach for big toe, breathing here. If you're an advanced practitioner, you can also move from your triangle into a half moon. I need more space than I have to do that. You can use a block or not. So that's an option. Whether you're in triangle or half moon, come back to your warrior two and pivot. I'm going to step that back foot in a little bit. So you can use 2 blocks if you like, coming into a pyramid pose here. So it's a little bit shorter of a stance. You want your hips to be as square as possible. And then lengthen here, breathing. And then you can fold forward. So your hands can be down or on the blocks, really stretching it out. And then inhale, flatten. Exhale, fold. Repeat that a couple times. Inhale, flatten. Exhale, fold. Now come back up. So we'll be doing reverse triangle or reverse half moon, your choice. So for revert, you can use a block too, again, if you like. You can just have your hand. It'll be right hand, left foot. Take your left hand to your tailbone, sacrum. Make sure that you're nice and square. And then twist using your upper body. So that's the reverse triangle, holding for 5 breaths. If you prefer the reverse half moon, I like to use my fingertips for this one. And it's like this. And bring the hand down, just let the foot come down. You can pause and ragdoll for a moment again. And we'll toe heel our feet all the way next to each other. And come to chair, Utkatasana. Hands can be in prayer or up if you prefer. toes are lifting, or at least there's no weight in them. The weight's in the heels. So you can hold regular chair, or you can twist your chair, keeping the knees even. And then return to center and twist opposite. And then release that into a fold. And then step the right foot out, left foot out. I'm actually going to move my blocks right now to the opposite side. We're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold here. So if you like, you can pigeon your toes in a little bit. Just kind of put the weight more in the balls of the feet and really get a nice stretch as you lift up in your abdominals. And then gently release, inhale to a flat back. So feel the feet in. Bend, round up, roll the shoulders back. We'll step to the top of the mat for the opposite side. So you wouldn't have to switch sides on your mat. I just do that for the camera view. So you're coming into your mountain Tadasana pose. Again, we're starting with that flow, so inhaling up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale. Plant the hands, step to your plank. And press into downward facing dog. Maybe walking the dog out a little bit. If you are ready, so I started with the left foot, so this will be my right foot. Usually we start the opposite way, right and then left, but wherever you are, it's fine. Opening up into that warrior two. So the right hip is also my post hip replacement one, so I like to kind of do that one second. So finding your warrior two. Again, the Ujjayi breath, ocean sound. And then coming into that side angle. Through warrior two, back foot arches lifting. Reverse. Bring it up and we'll flow it 8 times. Exhale. And back to warrior two. Power push, right leg straight, palms turn forward. Inhale, reach out. Exhale to your triangle. Whether it be hand on a block, the leg, pelvis is tucked, breathing. Again, you can opt to stay there, or you can opt for that half moon from here. So using a block if you like. Lost that one. And then back to your warrior two from wherever you are. You're going to cartwheel the hands forward, step the back foot in a little bit for that pyramid pose. If you like the blocks on the highest, so the back foot's turned out a little bit, front foot's parallel, flattening out, squaring the hips. So really finding that. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold again. Inhale and lengthen. Last one, folding. And then deciding if you want to use your block or not. So left hand, right foot in the front. Right hand to sacrum, tailbone, square it off. And then lift and twist through your core. Breathing 5 times. That's your reverse triangle if you prefer. Reverse Arvarita, Ardha Chandrasana, reverse half moon, this way. bring the hand down. Let both feet come down. Pause and really ragdoll it out here. Just breathing. You can also come into a malasana, a yogic squat if you prefer. Then we're going to be stepping it back to downward facing dog. And so holding this dog for about 5 breaths. Go ahead and lower the knees down here and make sure that nothing is in my way. All right, so we'll do a few cat-cows. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch, draw the navel muscle all the way up and in. Couple more. Last one. And then find child's pose. Drawing the navel muscles up and in. Even in your child's pose, you can shift the hips a little bit or rock the forehead if that's comforting. Not going to hang out here too long, but slowing the breathing down. So coming back up to your table pose. Then move into puppy or heart melting on the Hatasana. So your knees, your butt is going to stay over your knees. You're going to walk your hands forward and sink your chin and your chest down, thus melting your heart. Breathing here. Don't know that I have enough room on my mat. Advanced folks sometimes will tuck one or both feet. Not necessary now. A few more breaths. And then let yourself slide all the way down onto the belly. And make a pillow out of your hands and windshield wipe those legs in reverse. So to further stretch out the abdominal muscles, we'll move into a boat pose. So you'll reach and grab just below the toes here. You want to make sure your knees don't come out. Take a nice big inhale and lift up. Sometimes I rock it back and forth, or you can just hold for 3 breaths. Make sure you're breathing. And then release. Again, you can windshield wipe that out. You can repeat that if you want to. For today, we'll just come back into another child's pose. And then we're going to sit down. And I'll do it facing forward. So I'm going to bring my right leg across. So it's going to be a seated twist. You can take the arm to the outside. Inhale to lengthen. Foot flexed in the front. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, one more. And then slowly coming out, switching sides. So anytime we twist, we're kind of doing that abdominal massage, the abdominal muscles. So if it's not comfortable to bring the elbow over, you can always wrap around. Find your comfort. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale. One more. And then return to the center. I like to bounce my legs out a little bit. You can also windshield wipe them if you like. So we'll come to, I like to call it Tarasana. So not really your cobblers or your bound angle, but a little bit wider. Just a little bit wider. And then just go ahead and have your hands up for receptivity. Let yourself fold forward and just breathe. Slowing down the breath. Couple more. Then flip the palms, engage your shoulders, stretch one leg leg out and then the other, walking that forward fold by bending one knee and then the other, and coming into your deepest fold for 5 breaths. And then inhale, flatten, exhale, round. Inhale, flatten, exhale, round. 2 more. Inhale, flatten, exhale, last one. Inhale, flatten, exhale, slowly coming all the way back up. We're gonna roll down. Use your abdominal muscles if it's comfortable to you. Just slowly roll down. So being careful of any back injuries, you can always use a block and do supported bridge. If you're an advanced practitioner, you're welcome to do full wheel. You want to get into, if it's comfortable enough, a nice big bridge. So my hands can kind of touch my heels. They're about hip distance apart. My shoulders are gonna roll back and down. My chin is tucked. I'm gonna lift up. You can always interlace the hands and lift up really, really high and breathe. So you can hold it or you can come in and out a few times. If you're doing the full wheel, you're gonna turn your palms to the back, elbows in. I like to do the wheel on the balls of my feet. And so I lift up, and I'm gonna want my shoulders to be over my wrists. I'm gonna press my chest forward. And slowly, carefully coming down from wherever you are. So you can bring the knees together. We call this sometimes constructive rest. Flatten out the back and press down, releasing. Let's take a few breaths here. Maybe you move the neck a little bit, side to side here. And then we will extend one leg and hug the other one in. And then switch it out. And then that Apanasana. Hugging in both knees. Lower the feet to the mat. Bring the arms out to each side. And then we'll gaze left and bring both legs to the right. So supine twist of your choice. I'm just doing a simple both legs bent one for today. About 5 breaths. Keeping the left or back shoulder down. And inhale back to the center. Square off if you need to readjust. Gaze to the right. Knees go left. Right shoulder stays down. Neck's comfortable for you. 5 breaths. And inhaling back to the center. If you like, you can do one more of those Uttanasana. You can open up to a happy baby if you prefer. When you're ready, you're going to lengthen all the way out, make any of those last minute kind of motions, and then move into your final resting pose, your Shavasana. Settling in with any blankets, any props that you like to have. Feeling that whole body resting on the ground. Allowing the breath to deepen. And then simply letting go. There's nothing left for you to do. Nowhere to go. Just be and breathe. Whole body on the ground. Back of the head. Shoulders and muscles of the neck melting into the mat. A cushion for each and every vertebra. Hips and buttocks sinking into the ground. Back of the legs, heels of the feet, heavy and grounded. Entire back of the body, sinking like a stone in sand. Top of the body, light and buoyant, as if floating on a cloud. A global sensation. Both the heaviness and the lightness of the body simultaneously. Body heavy and light. Heavy and light. Heavy and light. And sensation to the mouth. Upper lip. Lower lip. And the space between the lips. The inside of the upper teeth. Lower teeth. Tongue, jaw, relax. And the inside of the cheekbones. Hollow tubules radiating to the outer peaks and valleys of the ears. Bridge of the nose. Tip of the nose. Right nostril. Left nostril. The difference of temperature between the inhale and the exhale. Both nostrils hollow and empty. And the eyes, orbs of sensation, shimmering energy. Upper lids, lower lids, the space between the lashes. Brow, forehead relaxed. Eyes sinking deep within the head to that velvety place that knows no time nor space. Tracing an invisible line back from the brow to the scalp, to the nape of the back of the neck. Shoulders, upper arms, heavy and sinking. Elbows, wrists, light and buoyant. The hollowness of the palms of the hands. And all of the tiny bones that make up the fingers. Right rib cage. Left rib cage. The hollow notch at the base of the throat. Breath flowing from the crown of the head all the way down to the tips of the toes, releasing out anything that no longer serves you. And then breathing in from the soles of the feet, that healing universal energy all the way up to the crown of the head. whole body relaxing on the ground. Shoulders grounded. Back is comfortable. Belly is soft and relaxed, doing its digestive work for you. Breathing and letting go. Hips are open. Legs relaxed. Thighs. Hamstrings. Knees. The hollow space behind the knees. Shins. Calves. The looseness of the ankles. And gratitude to the soles of the feet that carry you through this life. And positive energy and gratitude radiating from all 10 fingers and all 10 toes. Whole body lying on the ground. Slowly inviting the breath to deepen, to return to normal. Inviting little movements back into the fingers, the toes, maybe rocking the head side to side. Increasing the movement, circling wrist, ankles. If you like, on an inhale, stretch out long and tall again. Exhale, maybe hug the knees in, rock the back around. If it's okay with you, today roll onto your left side fetal position. This is the digestive kind of position. You can make a pillow out of your arm. I'll spin this way. Just lying here for a moment, breathing, recalling any intentions, any goals. Thanking the body for all it does. Taking as much time as you like. When it is right for you to come out, use the hand, your right hand and your left elbow. Upper body strength will bring you back up. You can come back to that seated position. If you like, the hands can come to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Again, if you like, thumbs to forehead for honest thought, lips for honest speech, and heart for honest intention. Namaste. The light in my heart shines in the light in yours. And Om Shanti, 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 peace. Yay, so thank you so much for joining us for a Thankful Thursday. We won't be coming to you next week because it is Thanksgiving, which is why we did this practice for you today. Again, so this practice is to be done not right after your Thanksgiving meal, but maybe the day after for that release of the kind of bloating, so all that kind of stuff. So if you have any kind of topics that you'd like to have addressed in Thankful Thursday, shoot me an email or DM me. I'm always willing to seek out new kind of topics for us. I'm available for private hypnosis, yoga therapy, and meditation. We have doTERRA oils here. We have the bowls. See, this weekend on Sunday, we have a sound bowl healing meditation here. Every Wednesday at 9, we have a therapeutic hatha group. We moved our Reiki training from this Saturday to February 27th because the dates just weren't working for enough folks that were interested, and that'll be with Mariel and Duda. The 30th, which is a Monday, the last day of the month, is our group hypnosis. We only have room for 10 folks, so you gotta sign up early, and it is the attitude of gratitude. Next month, we'll be having a kind of vision board, a vision for 2021 as for our group hypnosis. And I'm still debating. I think we'll probably do either a yin yoga workshop or another yoga nidra workshop because I'm not thinking that group breathwork it's not the right time with all that's going on. But we'll get to that when things settle down in the universe. We do appreciate any likes on Facebook or YouTube. So all these videos are posted usually right after. Sometimes it takes 24 hours to upload on the YouTube channel. So feel free to share that. It's all free. We appreciate you, and I hope you find something to be thankful for on this Thankful Thursday. I certainly am thankful for all of you, and make it a great holiday week. Thanksgiving if you're here in the US. And namaste.